Good evening, and thank you for visiting us this evening at Don't Tell Mama. At this time, please take a moment to silence all electronic and other noise-making devices that may interrupt this evening's performance in our intimate space. Also, as a courtesy to the performers, the use of flash photography is strictly prohibited during this evening's performance. We do ask that you please refrain from text messaging during the show. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, Don't Tell Mama is proud to present Ricky Ritzel's Broadway.
Come on, Molly, you're tuckering right to quit.
Sure, I'm tuckering, I might give up, but I won't give in. How can anybody say that I'm down? I'm thinking very hard how to break through. Maybe here, maybe there, maybe no place. But there come a time where nothing, nor nobody wants me down like I wants me up. Up where the people are, up where the talking is, up where the joke's going on. Now look at here, I am important to me. Ain't no bottom to no pile. I mean much more to me than I mean to anybody I ever sue. Certainly more than I mean to any sidewash yamming hammers like you guys. Go ahead, break my arm. Me say you'll go. It doesn't make a bit of difference for you to keep saying I'm down till I say so too. You ever try stepping on a pissant? Here's one now. Jump him, stop him. Thinking he got him? Thinking he's quick? He don't think so. There he goes. And you can be positive sure I'm as good as any pissant that ever lived. Oh, I hate that word down, but I love that word up. 'Cause up means hope, and that's just what I got. Hope. For someplace better, someplace cleaner, shinier. Hell, if I got eating catfish heads all my life, can't I have them off a plate just once? And a red silk dress. And there's girl enough on me to wear one. And then, someday, with all my might and all my main, I'm gonna learn to read and write. I'm gonna see what there is to see. So if you're going from nowhere on the road to somewhere and you meet anyone, you'll know it's me. I'm gonna move from place to place and find a house with a golden stair. And if that house is red and has a great brass bit, I'm living there.
Well now, who do you think you are?
I can be anybody. I can be a queen if I want to be. Do-do-do.
We've just been wrestling with the queen, if you please. Put on the tuts and with the dirt on her knees. And with her muffin and all the toes. And that contraption she calls her nose. A queen can never be queen without any throne. So here's the fanciest room that you'll ever own. Here is your scepter, here is your crown. Now won't you please sit down? Well now, if you wanna look like a queen, you gotta walk like a queen. Go on and queen of the dustpan. Watch her passing by. And don't forget to hold your head away up high.
To show that you know, you gotta show, you know. I'm gonna look,
Just been resting as a queen, if you please.
I'm gonna see.
With all the dirt on her knees. And with her muffin and all the toes. And that's the kind of love she calls her nose. She's queen of the dustpan.
I find a
Watch
house with a
her passing by. And don't forget to hang your head away.
Welcome, one and all. Welcome, welcome, welcome. One and all. to Ricky Ritzel's Broadway November edition. The first show tonight is, of course, Unsinkable Molly Brown. Meredith Willson, still riding on the incredible success of Music Man, put music and lyrics to the book by Richard Morris. Unlike The Music Man, this was based on a true story. Maybe less true than more true. First of all, Margaret Tobin Brown did not like being called Molly. J.J. Brown did not become rich till after they were married 7 years and had 2 kids. And she survived the Titanic sinking. The musical says she was heading home to a blissful marriage with Brown. In reality, Molly was a staunch progressive liberal, and Brown was an ultra-conservative. Can you imagine them today? Forget about it. Cast as Molly Brown was Tammy Grimes. She had done a few off-Broadway plays, reviews, and understudied Kim Stanley in Bus Stop. But this would make Grimes a star. The other cast members included Harv Presnell as J.J. Brown, who also did the movie, and Christopher Mr. Belvedere Hewitt. Unsinkable Molly Brown was nominated for 1 Tony Award, which it won for Tammy Grimes as Best Featured Actress. Go figure. Opening on November 3rd, 1960, it ran for a total of 532 performances at the Winter Garden Theater, closing February 19th, 1962. In her opening number, Wally swears she's going to make something of herself and heads off to the mining town of Leadville, Colorado. There she finds herself working at the local saloon. To further illustrate the episode... No, wait a minute, I gotta get this right. All right, I'm good. To further illustrate the episode, here's Jay Rogers as Molly. With Aaron Warshie and myself as the boys.
Belly up to the bar, boys. Better listen to your bells. Only drink when you're alone or with somebody else. Belly up to the bar, boys. Better have a few more. I never whirl with a freak-old girl or a discontented. Horrible example, like the girl whose name was Carrie. She carried her charms to everybody else, but her I had to marry or die, die, die. Her I had to marry or die, die, die. When she saw how ugly I am, she yelled out for her cousin Sam. When she learned how kind I could be, she tried to shoot her cousin down and marry me. Belly up to the bar, boys. Let your money be seen. I'll only drink by day or night or somewhere in between. Belly up to the bar, boys. Very good for your mind. Both feet on the rail will make you fall on your behind. Like the girl whose name was Nellie. Though Nellie was kissing everybody else, I had to marry Nellie or die, die, die. Had to marry Nellie or die, die, die. When she saw how hungry I feel, she refused to cook me a meal. Then she saw my silver heel claim. Now she cooks for nothing just to wear my name. Belly up to the bar, boys. Never try him in jail. I don't romance a woman or pants and a girl who wears a veil. Belly up to the bar, boys. Everybody say yes. I drink one down for the winter in town. She surely is a messenger of hope and charity. I call her Facilda. She giggles at me and everybody else, but I must marry Zelda or die, die, die. Like the wet Zelda or die, die, die. Never saw her father before. Yesterday she broke down my door. Shotguns everywhere I could see. Hurry up, Facilda dear, and marry me. Belly up to the bar, boys. The weather is clear. Isn't rain and rain, you know it's raining ale and beer. Belly up to the bar, boys. If it isn't your day, on the board and a pipe gets mixed, this pipe will cure you right away.
You'll have to bear with me, because I have to put this thing on again. I don't know what I'm doing. How do I know what I'm doing? Oh, no, okay. I should take a tutorial or something. Here we go. All right, we're almost there. All right. I said, stop me if I start doing King and I. Now, after, where am I? I can't find it even if it's on paper. Along the way, Molly meets J.J. Brown, Johnny Brown, who was instantly smitten and promises her anything. So here once again is the illustrious May Flather as Molly and the equally glorious John Satram.
So what's through that door?
The bedroom.
And that one?
That there's a room for your pa. Now there's no reason that he can't sit there all day in the bed with a jug if he's been hankering.
You made a room for Paul?
A matching set of dishes is on the way, Mom. And a real licensed doctor lives just over the hill. That's the way it's gonna be, I promise. Anything you ask. I'll never say no to you. Whatever you say or do, if you ask me to wait for a lifetime, I would gladly wait for a lifetime or two, just to look at you. I'll smile if you say be glad. I'll weep if you want me sad. Today is tomorrow if you want it so. I'll stay or I'll go, but I'll never say no. I'd never even think twice. I'd never even blink twice. Ask me. Ask me anything you want.
I want a cup of money.
Yes. I'll never say no to you.
I want to go see Denver.
Yes.
And I want a red silk dress.
Yes.
And I want me my own breast man.
Yes, yes, yes.
Oh, Johnny.
Do you want me to jump in the lake?
I'll jump in the lake.
Yes.
No,
I'll smile if you say be glad. I'll weep if you want me sad. Today is tomorrow if you want it so. I'll stay or I'll go, but I'll never say no.
Saddle Rock.
Well, don't you want to see the bedroom?
I guess I should. I mean, I'm not going to come back here or anything. Oh, you've got quite the bed, I'll say that for you.
You should see it in the evening. When the moon comes a-shining through. It's all starry-like.
I
It's a sight to behold, Molly.
I wonder if a bed like that's a sin.
Not if we was married. What do you say, gal?
Star shining on my own breast bed. Star shining far over my head. Oh, what a beautiful place to cry. I'll gladly for me to marry you. Oh, I'll blush head to toe, but I sure won't never say no.
Great father, John Sackman. They marry, become the elite citizens of Denver, but the Denver socialites still laugh at them. They head to Europe where they're warmly greeted by royalty, but JJ becomes angered when he hears someone make fun of Molly and heads back to Denver alone. Molly stays on and is romanced by the continental Prince DeLong. And here to croon his lifelong is our own piece of royalty, Cindy Meyer.
Let me whisper dolce far niente, my darling. Let me whisper dolce far niente, my love. And let me hold you in my arms until the night birds call. And let me sleep and fall awake to find it's not a dream at all. Whisper dolce, dolce, meaning sweet, sweet, my darling. Far niente, precious nothings like a sigh. All these tender dolce far nientes will go on forever, like our love, darling, you and I. Like our love, dolce far niente. And
Thank you, Prince DeLong. Well, Molly ends up on the Titanic to go back to JJ, and everybody has a happy ending. That's the last of the happy endings for a while.
Right.
Now, just as a side note, there have been some dark musicals, all right? But, oh, brother. Well, after reading the novel by Manuel Puig, Fred Ebb and John Kander became obsessed with turning Kiss of the Spiderwoman into a musical. They contacted Puig and he was delighted, so he met with Kander and Ebb and agreed to write the book. But the flamboyant Puig was constantly traveling, so they brought in Terrence McNally. It's one of the darkest musicals ever conceived. So, who had a history with dark and complicated musicals that could direct this? Hell, Prince. Brent Carver, Anthony Crivello, and Chita Rivera were cast in the leads. But the real controversy to this show was, it was signed on as part of a series at SUNY Purchase for a new musical workshop, it was called, and they would have a huge budget and then basically do the Broadway version there to work on it in 1990. And John Rubinstein, Lauren Mitchell, and Harry Gause were in it then. New York critics were asked not to go and review the show up there, which was clearly a workshop. And of course, they all went. Especially the New York Times, it gave it negative reviews. So 2 years later, felon Garth Drabinsky and his Live Aid company produced the show in Toronto. Then it played in London, and finally on May 3rd, 1993, it opened at the Broadhurst Theatre, where it ran for 904 performances, closing July 1st, 1995. It opens with window dresser Melina in prison for corrupting a minor. And whose cellmate is brought in, Valentin, a Marxist revolutionary. Now, Melina stays sane by fantasizing and embellishing movie scenarios. His favorite is Aurora, but when she portrays the Spiderwoman, he's terrified. Now, Melina tries to explain all of this to Valentin, so he explains himself some more. Please welcome the delectable Sean Bernardi.
We're going to be together for some time. You'd think you want to know something about me. Of course, dressing things up is my specialty. I'm a window dresser at Montoya's, their main store. Thank you very much. And I'm good at it too. And do you know why? It's because I can't rest until each mannequin is perfect. Dressing them up, I love the dressing them up. The subtle tilt of a hat, touches like that, make me the best of the lot at dressing them up. I was the cream of the crop. The way I buckled the belt, folded the felt, helped me to get where I got. Before I got where I got, I was the absolute top. For example, once I asked for a Balenciaga scarf to stuff in a mannequin's purse. They told me no one on earth would see. I answered, no one on earth but me. I stood my ground as no other dresser does. And darling, guess what? Balenciaga it was. Dressing them up, I was the creme de la creme. As I adjusted each hem, I kept on dazzling them with my particular store, which was the best in the town. You'll never catch them wearing a frown or catch them dressing me down for my finesse and dressing them up. Raise that skirt just an inch or two, add some loose, just a pinch or two, start the fans, no, much gustier, stuff that gauze, make a bustier, ooh, that frock, too much red in it, I would not be caught dead in it. Well, they start out like hell, but I make them sell by dressing them up, from earrings down to the boots, in evening dresses or suits, unlike some second-rate fruits at other second-rate stores, which can't compare to my own. You'll never catch them wearing a frown or catch them dressing me down for my finesse and dressing them up. I have the touch. Thank you very much.
Valentin wants nothing to do with Melina. But Melina continues to describe Aurora and how she is real and is wandering around the prison. He calls on her when the present surroundings get too real. Aurora appears and provides a solution perfect for escapism.
When you feel you've gone to hell in a handbasket, and the world in which you dwell's no paradise,
I've some counsel I could give. You need but ask it. I'd be very glad to share this good advice. You've got to learn how not to be where you are. The more you face reality, the more you scar. So close your eyes and you'll become a movie star. Why must you be where you are? You've got to learn how not to see what you've seen. The slice of hell you call your life is harsh and mean. So why not lie beside me on a movie screen? Why must you see what you've seen? And if you find that you're laying in jail, a little fantasy will not fail. It's as simple as ABC. Come up here, play with me, play with me. You've got to learn how not to do what you've done. The pistol shot can't kill if you unload the gun. So build a palace where you're the shah, and we'll embrace in the Shangri-La if you run away some matinee from where you
star, why must you stay where you are?
So why not lie beside me on the movie screen? Why must you see what you see? And if you find that you're laying in jail, a little fantasy will not fail. It's just as simple as ABC. Come up here, play with me, play with me. Oh
just... This is very confusing. It's one of those days. Oh, there it is. Okay, good. There are disturbing rumors of torture being used in the prison, and Valentin becomes one of the victims. To keep his sanity, he concentrates on memories of his girlfriend Marta. Please welcome back the exhilarating John Sadler.
There's a cobblestone street with a little red door, and 3 flights up is Marta. Waiting there is Marta. And I still can see us lying together, talking, smoking, lying together, and the thought of being together helps me through. So I close my eyes and I hear her step, and I know she's coming to hold me. So my senses stir, but it's never, ever. It's just a dream of her. So I close my eyes and I hear her step, and I know she's come to hold me. So my senses stir, but it's never, ever. It's just a dream of
Now, Valentin's broken body is thrown back into the cell, and Melina nurses him. He's delirious and mentions Marta's name. Melina longs for the love Valentin has for Marta. Once again, Sean Bernardi.
She wears satin, Spanish lace. She feels wild chinchilla brush across her face. She's lucky. She's a woman. She wears diamonds, bright as stars. She has lovers open doors to fancy cars. She's lucky, so lucky. She's a woman. A perfume ballon van to dab across her wrist. A secret ribbon diary of all the men she's kissed. So many men sweeps in. Hips of chocolate, roses too, and delivered notes confessing I love you. Milky lotions, scented creams, she's the climax of your technicolor dreams. How lucky can you be? So lucky you'll agree. And I wish that she were me. That woman.
Melina tells Valentin he's to be released in the morning, and Valentin asks him to make a few calls for him. Melina fears he'll be caught and refuses. Desperate, Valentin seduces Melina, knowing Melina will then do what he asks. Sensing Melina is closer to his fate, Aurora shows up, predicting that final embrace.
In the bedroom, the parlor, or even the street, there's no place on earth you're likely to miss a kiss. Sooner or later, in sunlight or gloom, when the red candles flicker, she'll walk in the room, and the curtains will shake, and the fire will hiss. Here comes the kiss. And the tides low, and comes faster, and you're aching to move, but you're caught in the web of the Spiderwoman in her velvet cape. You can scream, you cannot escape. Love will arrive, and she touches your heart. You're alert and alive, but there's only one pin that can puncture such bliss. A kiss. Sooner or later you're bathed in success, and your minions salute. They say nothing but yes, but your power is empty. It fades like the mist. Once again,
Now, before we get to our final show, I'd like to thank everyone here at Don't Tell Mama, especially Manuel, Sidney Meyer for the use of the sandbox. Thank you. Please remember your waitstaff, Randy. This shamefully talented cast. Thank you. Johnny Mercado and Licensed Sound, and especially all of you for coming out tonight. Thanks very much. Now, our next venture is a part of the Winter Rhythm series at Urban Stages. We'll be doing a Best of Ricky Ritzel's Broadway, so if anybody wants to revisit moments of the past 3.5 years, join us Friday, December 21st at 7 p.m. Now on to the final show, which I hope I have in here. I have to turn this on again? I know there's a way to stop that. I don't know. I'm gonna be a Luddite, I think. Ritz, all right. If anybody finds this, the passcode is Ritz. You can sing any song from the shows you want to do. All right, where are we? Here we are, okay. Now, in 1961, pay attention, there's a quiz after.
Hard.
In 1961, Patrick Dennis of Anti-Mame fame published a fictional tell-a-lot-biography of a clueless, talentless, completely fascinating character named Belle Poitrine, translated in French meaning beautiful bosom. Let me find it here. Here it is. Now, beautiful bosom, that's where I was. The story concentrated on her many misadventures and the many men in her life. By 1962, Neil Simon was talking to his former boss, Sid Caesar, about doing Little Meat, which was becoming a musical with a score by Cy Coleman and Carolyn Lee, booked by Neil Simon, co-directed by Cy Feuer, Bob Fosse, and choreography by Fosse. Sid Caesar agreed to do it, but he had two stipulations. A, quote, I won't dance, and I'll only sing 3 songs. Because he knew he was not a singer or a dancer. He ended up singing 5 songs. And as far as dancing goes, he was in a wheelchair in one number and on his deathbed for another. Caesar played all 7 men in Belle's life, and Belle herself was split among young Belle, Virginia Martin, and old Belle, Nancy Andrews. Neil Simon himself had to be talked into Little Me, which was his first musical. While Simon was struggling with the way to finish a complete draft of Barefoot in the Park and ride the momentum from his first play, Come Blow Your Horn, he was approached to write a musical called Little Me. Simon agreed, but then one day the production's producer brought in a friend to get his opinion. His friend was John Steinbeck. Steinbeck's advice to Simon and the rest of the production, now remember this. Remember, you can still only eat 2 eggs a day. Wow. Go figure. I have no idea. It had a lot going for it, the show. I mean, besides Sid Caesar and Fosse, and they say that it's the best book Simon wrote for a musical. It opened during a lengthy newspaper strike. And Little Me got some serious raves, but nobody saw them until the strike was over. And then Walter Kerr closed his review at the New York Herald Tribune saying, "Sum total, a blockbuster so genial it looks like a breeze." But the parade had passed by. Little Me opened at L'Enfantin November 15, 1962, and ran for only 257 performances, closing June 29, 1963. It received 11 Tony nominations, but only won for Bob Fosse's choreography. If any of you were here for Anyone Can Whistle, that seems like Mary Had a Little Lamb compared to what plot you're going to hear. So, the curtain rises on older Belle reciting her life to autobiographer Patrick Dennis, remembering her childhood in the poor section of Venezuela, Illinois, and dreams of moving on up. Please welcome as young Belle, the splendiferous Alice Nussbaum.
bosom to you.
But my heart says reach for the stars, and my heart I cannot deny. Though it's my hard luck that I'm sort of stuck on the farthest one in the sky. So my eyes are destined to wander, and my brain no more to relax. 'Cause there's nothing farther out yonder than the other side of the tracks. On the other side of the tracks, it's a long and difficult climb, but the air up there on the bill of fare is a choice of lemon or lime. And the muscles keeping your nose up are the only muscles you tax. Oh, I envy someone that grows up on the other side of the tracks.
Belle meets Noble Eggleston, who lives on the right side of town. But his mother disapproves, and Belle's faithful but ignored friend George warns her she'll be kicked in the heart. Belle and Noble vow their love despite his mother. And that's when Belle vows.
On the other side of the tracks, that is where I'm going to be. On the other side of that great divide between fame and fortune and me. Gonna put my shadows behind me, give my inhibitions the axe, and tomorrow morning you'll find me on the other side of the tracks. Give me it up. On the other side of that line, where the life is fancy and free, gonna sit and fan on my fat divan while the butler fuddles the tea. But for now I'm facing the fences, and I can't afford to relax, 'cause the whole caboodle commences on the other side of the tracks. So I'm off and running over the rail, I'm going cutting after the quail. Up and running, send me my mail to that great big world on the other side. The great big world on the farther side. The great big world on the other side of the tracks. To that great big world that'll open wide. To that great big world on the other side of the tracks. Woo!
Belle and Noble vow their love despite his mother. So, to picture that, illustrate that, please welcome our own Sid Caesar, the ever-jovial Warren Shine.
I'll just stand here.
All right.
This is gonna hurt me more than I love you as much as I am able, considering I'm wealthy, considering you're poor.
At
That's very nice. Because I love you.
I know it.
As much as I am able. Considering your mother considers me a bore.
Boring.
My passion will endure for you.
And I will always love you.
My heart I'll keep secure for you.
Though other girls are so far above you. God, this is to show you that I am democratic, considering your riffraff, and I am well-to-do, as noble and worthy of the label.
As much as I am able,
I love you.
That's Warren Stein and Aaron Morrissey. Belle's journey to fame and fortune includes marrying an ancient banker, being accused of killing him, foreshadowing Chicago, and becoming a performer. Finding out Noble is being forced to marry, Belle decides to kill herself. The star at the club Belle is working at persuades her to live. Please welcome the ever-persuasive Sidney Meyer.
I wanna be tied with velvety strings. I wanna be all those good for you things. Give your beauty rest springs a reason to sigh. I wanna be all the cream in your dairy, and when you're contrary, the laughter that lights the light in your eyes. I wanna be tried and terribly true. Take oceans of pride in all that you do. Be there nightly when you come home from the wars. For can't you see, everybody needs some security when the going gets scary. Please say you'll be mine. I wanna be yours. I wanna be true, and the Lord only knows. I wanna be tried right down to my toes. Be there nightly to close your windows and doors. For can't you see, everybody needs some security when the going going gets scary. Just had to design this small valentine that simply implores. Please say you'll be mine. I wanna be
Now he leaves the club owner to take care of her. After, she decides not to commit suicide. he turns out, the owner of the club turns out to be Belle's old friend George. Do you remember him at all? Who is still smitten with Belle. Now once again, please welcome the irrepressible John Sattram.
News for you. I've got your number and I know you inside out. You ain't no Eagle Scout, you're all at sea. Oh yes, you'll brag a lot, wave your own flag a lot, but you're unsure a lot. You're a lot like me. Oh, I've got your number and what you're looking for, and what you're looking for just suits me fine. We'll break the rules a lot, we'll be damn fools a lot, but then why should we not, how could we not combine when I've got your number and I've got the glow you've got. I've got your number and baby, you know you got mine.
Now, Belle gets pregnant and is at a party during World War I and meets and marries Fred, a nearsighted soldier. Please welcome back the ultra-regimented Warren Shine.
I've been called a lot of things, I got two of them now.
If Mama was married, we live in...
Stop. Wrong show.
Martha and Gertrude at the automat.
I'll vamp till ready.
Keep going. Pardon me, miss, but I've never done this with a real live girl. Straight off the farm with an actual arm full of real live girls. Pardon me if your affectionate squeeze fogs up my glasses and buckles my knees. I'm simply drowned in the sight and the sound and the scent and the feel of a real live girl. must be it. Just when I started to learn how to knit, I'm in all stitches to learn how to stitch for real and reveal with a real girl. Go be a holdout for Helen of Troy. I am a healthy American goy. I was testing you in your role. Did you hear that, Mom? I converted. No, I'm straight. Look at you, the best comes out. I'd rather gape at the dear little shape of the stern and the keel of a real
Now, Fred is killed in France in action. You don't know how? His finger was caught in the typewriter and he died of infection. Meanwhile, Noble is in France, and Belle, who has left the baby with her mother, remember she had a baby, with her mother, goes to France, runs into the star from the club, who now has amnesia from being jilted at the altar by his latest fiancée. Belle cures him and his memory returns, and Belle agrees to marry him. Just then, Noble finds Belle and she decides to marry him instead. The star once again loses his memory over being jilted, but Belle remembers how he saved her life, shuns Noble, and marries the star. Act 2. Opens 5 years later when Belle and the star are on a transatlantic crossing. Say that fast 3 times. Noble happens to be on the same liner, which hits an iceberg. Molly Brown, no. Noble saves all the passengers except for Belle's husband, who gets amnesia again, forgets how to swim, becoming the shipwreck's only casualty. Belle sues the ship company, becomes wealthy, finances a movie she's in, and finally has attained the wealth to please Noble's mother and marry Noble. But yet, she has yet to get position with the elite, And she has a discussion with herself. So young Belle, Alison Nussbaum, has a talk with older Belle, me. Which means when you get older, you're gonna be me.
Too late.
Too late.
I think I'm ready. There was I, Schnitzy dead and gone, all alone and friendless. What to do, what to do.
Here am I, how can I go on? Chasing down these endless cul-de-sacs and hallways. Who would see me through?
Well, I ask of you.
Who would see me through? As always.
away each little tear.
When there's no one left,
I am not bereft. There is always little me. More reliable.
when a year goes down the drain,
And I haven't made a cent.
when I fall in love in vain,
Or I give it up for Lent.
friends who fly the coop,
Leave me in the soup.
who come through with lentils,
To get the fundamentals when the chips are really down.
who would not be out of town.
Or a blabbermouth.
See most,
Do I adore most?
deserve the cream most,
Who build up the candy store most?
who comes first and foremost,
Obviously when you add it all up.
ever loving little me, loyal friend to the end. When it comes to parley-vous, who can parley-vous a few?
With the best of them.
French breed that bounty,
Pursue that quarry.
like the Northwest Mountie.
Only built like Matahari.
Only like Cavari, and she'll leave a little back
A
cheer,
little bit here.
and a little more
A
share,
little bit more.
just a little bit.
Sorry.
Wait and see, you're sincerely little, I'm really little, yours, sincerely
Now, Belle discovers Prince Chennai in Monte Carlo, who has a heart attack after he loses his country gambling. And here to say goodbye, Warren Shine.
There we go.
Mary Worship.
Let's try. Goodbye.
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 You couldn't pull it off.
I'd love to put it off for then. We have to do this stupid scene again. So, is that a good note? Okay. Alright, try it. So, goodbye, you Nick. Goodbye, Isha. Goodbye, Sam. I'm sure gonna miss you. Goodbye, Melvin. Goodbye, Myron. You know it's all been inspiring. Goodbye, country. It's been fun. You know I hate to rule and run, but I must get some dying done. So everyone, goodbye. I thought that was pretty good dancing. Ricky taught it for me from the June Taylor dance.
And were they glad to get rid of it?
Never top the comedian. As Dana Lodge once said, you ain't heard nothing. No, please. Someday we'll say hello.
We hate to see you blow.
I'll meet you in the sweetest land. I know.
We're hoping isn't soon.
You both suck. I love you. It's gonna be so fun.
So full of that funicular.
Go finish yourself. It almost pays to go. So sing Natasha, you to Bradley. Not you saw you sing so badly. Dance Matilda till I holler for the funeral parlor. Down with rotten rhetoric, I think I'm getting very sick. Sing and dance and do a trick, I gotta die. Hey! Hey! Die!
So goodbye, sweet prince. Good night, highness. Though you've been a definite minus, we forgive your royal fumble.
That's the vein. The kingdom crumbled.
So long.
So long.
Ta-ta.
Now, Belle saves him. Here we go. As Belle saves him, and he makes her the Countess Zoftig. But she tells him she poisoned his wine so he wouldn't suffer. So he dies. Belle returns to Noble, who is now governor of North and South Dakota. They drink to celebrate, and Noble becomes an alcoholic. He's impeached and leaves Belle, who marries George, the father of her baby. Patrick Dennis announces he's done with the book. Baby announces she's marrying Noble Jr., and Noble's mother rushes in with a gun aiming to shoot Belle, who she insists has ruined her son's life. There's a struggle, the gun goes off, killing George. Belle is free to marry the impoverished Noble, and thus ends our simple story. But Belle does have a party, and she does this song with everybody, and it's a great way to say thank you for coming and good night. Here's to us, my darlings, my dear. Here's to us tonight. Not for what might happen next year, for it might not be nearly as bright. And here's to us, for better or worse, and to thanks to a merciful star. Skies are blue and muddling through, for me and for you as we are. To us for nothing at all. If there's nothing at all, we can pray. Just that we're together and here for the rest of our beautiful day.